What was it like working with Ben Gross? Luke, you strike me as are you a producer or engineer of some kind? Luke Sebastian? Yeah. Can you tell me what a little more about what you do? I mean, you don't have to brag if you don't want to. Like, I'm great at it, or I have number ones or anything. But like, what you produce or record your own stuff? Brag. Just fucking people. There's no humility anymore. Just tell us how great you are. Produce for other people, right? Great. And you started from the perspective of being a musician more, you think, or an engineer more? Musician, right, right. Working with Ben Gross. Well, Ben Gross's experience goes way back to like Detroit rough and tumble records. He recorded for people like uh, uh, George George Clinton. Um, he did a lot of R&B records. Um, he's one of the most talented engineers. I mean, he just has an incredible ear and an incredible um, facility for recording. He uses everything. And I don't think that's necessarily good most of the time. Most people, that's dangerous in their hands. This is a man who'll put like 2 or 3 mics on a goddamn bass drum or something. And you're like, why do you need 3 mics on a bass drum? But he works with it and phase stuff and just he's really fantastic. And he's got a great ear for time. I wanted to quit pretty much every day because I wasn't used to Pro Tools, and he was Pro Tools to the max. He would stop me in the middle of performances. I was playing all the instruments, and I think that sometimes he couldn't imagine, because each individual part wasn't perfect, that would work together. There is, if you get bored and you want to think about the song, it's on the Nick Hornby record. I can do this, really, I'm good enough. Working something. Fuck if I know. Anyway, I'll take it from me. Working Day. Thank you. Sorry, I kept on thinking about Working Week by Elvis Costello. Sorry. Working Day. If you listen to that, I'm playing all the instruments on that. It's on it's on analog. It's on tape, and I used a metronome. You can hear a metronome going. That was my click track to run back and forth things. Sometimes I don't even use that if it's up to me. So I was running back and forth between everything, and it's all so imperfect. It's such a fucked up track. But altogether, it sounds fine. It sounds good, but you have to wait to hear that it sounds good. The reason I know it's messed up is because my band that toured with me, Ryan and Chad Tambo Man and Sam Smith and Andrew, we all had to sit around and listen to the individual tracks, and they were blown away by how shitty the playing was. Nothing sounded like it was going to work by itself, but all together it actually worked. Well, Ben Gross don't work that way. So he makes you really work hard at every single track to make them perfect. So I wanted to quit every day because I was convinced that the record had no soul. In retrospect, I think it's good. I mean, I think it holds up. I wanted something that sounded like that year. So there was. Does that say anything? You'd ask a question what it was like to work with. Yeah. I mean, I think that guys like Ben Gross can work on anything. Ben Gross could make something sound great just with voice notes and an iPhone. He can do it with anything. He's an absolutely incredible facility musician and engineer, one of the best, I think, living, in my opinion. But it doesn't mean it's comfortable to record in that situation. And, it's not about vibe with him. It's about making the story so complete and large and punchy and with the times and competitive, all that stuff. That's what he wants to do. And that's what he wanted to do when we worked together.